Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today I'm back at Universal Studios Hollywood for another behind the scenes tour with creative director John Murdy. And today we're walking through Five Nights at Freddy's, one of the most anticipated haunted houses for this year. And I gotta say, this is probably one of the most anticipated haunted houses to come to Halloween Horror Nights since The Exorcist. So John's gonna walk us through with the lights on. I'm gonna try to take as many photos as possible, at least as much as I'm allowed to, because remember, since these are behind the scenes videos, I'm not able to show the entire experience. They do want to keep some things a surprise, and you can bet that I'm going to keep some things a surprise in today's video. But without further ado, how about you and I dive right in? As you saw there in the intro, I've made it to City Walk. I got to check into Walter's Gate over here, and then from there, they will take me down to the Five Nights at Freddy's haunted house. Remember, Five Nights at Freddy's is located in the lower lot. I gotta say, this haunted house is so incredibly detailed. I mean, it was impressive. This was very impressive. And I think no matter how big or small of a fan you are for this particular IP, you're going to absolutely love what they did in this house. I mean, it's just insane how accurate to the film this is. I mean, it literally feels like you're walking through the movie. So when you walk into the soundstage, you're met with the Pizzeria. You're met with that facade. That is the entrance to Five Nights at Freddy's. And the facade, again, looks just like the movie. When we walked in the room, all of us were just like, wow, this is so darn cool. And we were very lucky enough to see the facade with the show lighting on and even some audio. And it just started to immerse you right there. The minute we walked in, I was like, OMG, wow, like we are here. We're right outside the pizza place. Now, upon entering Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, you walk down a little hallway and then you make a hard right into the main show space where the animatronics lived on stage. So in the film, they had all of them up there on stage and they would entertain guests when the pizzeria was open. Same scenario here in the haunted house. It looks just like the film. The scale is obviously a little bit different because it's a haunted house that has to meet all these different requirements with guests, but it's very large respectively, and it's kind of crazy when you walk through the curtain. The stage just kind of towers over you when you walk in, and you're met with Freddy Fazbear himself. And I wasn't able to take photos of Freddy because he wasn't finished quite yet. Again, these behind the scenes tours, we're walking through the haunted houses in their unfinished form, so not everything is going to be 100% perfect and done. And this was one of those moments, so I couldn't take photos of Freddy, at least in this scene. But in person, this is so darn cool, and he's just right there, right when you walk in. And John Murdy talked about how they really worked closely with the Jim Henson Creature Shop on a lot of these characters. And this one that you see right when you walk in is gonna be an animatronic, and he said that it's the most technologically advanced animatronic that they've ever done for Halloween Horror Nights. You're gonna see the latest of the latest here in Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, one thing I forgot about in the stage room, like the main show space, the carpet. They got the same exact carpet that they had in the film. Whatever you see in the film, again, it's just boom, it's right there. And I asked John, I was like, hey, did you guys work with the same people that did The Shining? And he's like, yeah, same company, and we were making sure that we got it right. And I just think those little details make the biggest difference, right? You know, those details are what separate Halloween Horror Nights from all the other guys, you know. After that room, you go into the kitchen, which was really cool, and there's gonna be some fun effects going on in there, including the cupcake character. You're gonna see the cupcake a few times in Five Nights at Freddy's. After a few little surprises here and there, and maybe another encounter with the cupcake, maybe, I don't know. You're just gonna have to find out. You end up making your way to the security camera room, and that room was pretty impressive. Just there's so much going on in there. Again, another room that you're just gonna have to walk through multiple times in order to see everything. But I really love how they even decked out the ceiling. It's just like you're in an office building. And then the security TVs themselves, like all the TVs are all set up just like the film, and the cameras are all set up. I mean, it was just perfect. The attention to detail everywhere in this haunted house is top tier. And just in this room alone, there are so many little things that you can look at that continue to help build that storyline from the film and the game. Next up is like the maintenance room, where we find that face contraption, and yeah, it looks fantastic. And I really like this room because there was just so much stuff going on. I mean, there was so many props scattered about in this room. Very sizable space too. And it felt really compact. It felt immersive. You didn't really want to look up or anything like that, because remember, we are in a soundstage, so sometimes you're going to look up and see the soundstage. But in this instance, I wanted to keep my eye level focused towards the ground and towards just all the props that are in this room. And they again, they have the face contraption, they have some multimedia being played behind that, and they also have another Freddy figure in this space too. So there's just so much, and I can only imagine what all of this is going to look like with normal show lighting and the crazy audio that is going to be in Five Nights at Freddy's. The audio in here is going to be bonkers. I was looking at where the speakers are placed in a lot of these rooms, and it's going to be pretty intense. I'm really looking forward to how the soundscape is for Five Nights at Freddy's. And after your encounter with the maintenance room, there are a few other spots with some really cool surprises before the end of the haunted house. This experience is going to be a little on the shorter side. I think this is longer than the Fallout haunted house when I toured that one the other day, so that is good. But I will say this one is a little on the shorter side. With that said though, the details in this make up for that 100-fold. This is such a repeatable haunted house, and the fact, I'm going to bring this back around to the creatures. The fact that they're working really closely with the Jim Henson Creature Shop, I mean, it's just so incredible what they've been able to pull off here. They look so accurate to the film and the games that you almost have to like double take when you're looking at them, because you're like, dang, you can tell they really spent so much time on these, and the way they move and the way the performers are going to puppeteer them. And just even the ones that are animatronics. I mean, this is a love letter to Five Nights at Freddy's. And I gotta be honest here, I've never played the games, and I've seen the movie twice, and I wasn't a fan of the movie. It just wasn't my favorite. But walking through this haunted house, I just sat there and said, you know what? This is so impressive. Like, how can you not enjoy this? How can you not love what the team at Horror Nights and Jim Henson and so many other people did to bring this to life? I mean, I haven't seen a Halloween Horror Nights haunted house this detailed, in a minute. I mean, yeah, we see a lot of great details from a bunch of different haunted houses across the board from Hollywood, but this is on a different level. I feel like this is one of the most ambitious houses that they've done in Hollywood, in a few years, to be completely honest. I really can't think of, at least right now, coming fresh off of the tour, I can't think of any other haunted house. I mean, just overall, from top to bottom, this experience is fun. I don't think it's going to be terrifying or anything like that. There's some pretty good jump scares in here, but it's just the amount of artistry that went into this is just, I think, what's going to really impress people. And I could see this one being one of the most popular haunted houses that Halloween Horror Nights has ever done in its history. I mean, hands down, I have full confidence in saying that this is probably going to be one of the most popular haunted houses that they've ever done in Hollywood. And as a huge fan of set design and immersive experiences, this is what I love to see, right? I love to see a company actually give the team a proper budget, like, hey, give them a few $1,000,000 to do this kind of stuff. That's what we want. Yeah, it sucks that they have to tear all this down at the end of the season and do something completely different. But the reality is, we know Universal's going to make their money back with this event, and we know that it doesn't really cost them that much to provide an experience that's incredible. And with Five Nights at Freddy's, I think someone upstairs was like, you know what, screw it. Let's just do it. Let's just give them what they want. Let's give them an experience that they're going to remember. Because from start to finish, this was so much fun. And I walked through it with the lights on. I didn't see it with the show lighting. I didn't hear any of the music aside from just the little bit that we heard outside when we walked into the soundstage. But like, really, this is not a finished product. And the fact that it's not a finished product and I was still walking away that impressed, I mean, come on, you can't get any better than that. This is peak Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. This is some of the best set dressing I've seen at the event. It's up there, top 10 for sure when it comes to set design. Again, it's probably not going to be the scariest haunted house that we've ever walked through, but when it comes to aesthetics and art and design and just the way it feels when you're walking through the haunted house, this is top 10 of all time. Hands down, fight me. I will fight you. Freddy and I will actually fight you, and then probably make up and get you a piece of pizza and, you know, all that kind of fun stuff, because I really don't fight. So, you know, another thing I really liked about this haunted house were the colors. It's just so vibrant, especially when you come across the Five Nights at Freddy's characters. All the animatronics from Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. They're extremely colorful. Like the oranges and the yellows just pop so much on these characters. It's so much fun. It's a really, really good color palette in this house, and I really hope that the lighting in here complements all that. I'm sure it will, and I'm sure they've been working on this for a few weeks when it comes to lighting. But I really hope when we're walking through it, they really give these characters the lighting they deserve. I mean, especially that stage, right, when at the beginning of the house. That, I cannot wait to see what that looks like in normal show mode. I mean, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a very fun haunted house, and it will definitely have the longest wait time at the event. I'm getting ready to do my Halloween Horror Nights survival guide, and I have to kind of rethink this a little bit because I knew Five Nights at Freddy's was going to be cool, but when I walked into the soundstage and just was able to take in all those details throughout the entire experience, I was like, man, this is gonna really change up some things about how, you know, people should navigate the event. This will have the longest line. This is what's gonna cause people to buy the Express Pass. Very smart on you, Universal. You're gonna sell so many Universal Express Passes this year just because of Five Nights at Freddy's alone. I mean, yeah, this is ridiculous. This is so much fun. This is a solid lineup for Halloween Horror Nights, I gotta say. But there you have it. That was the behind-the-scenes tour of Five Nights at Freddy's here at Universal Studios Hollywood. HHN 2025 starts in just a few days at the time of making this video. And yeah, I know I sound like a broken record in this video, but it really was impressive. That was like one of the coolest Halloween Horror Nights haunted houses I've seen in a very long time. Huge shout out to Universal for inviting me out once again to check out another haunted house before the grand opening, which is on September 4th, by the way. Be on the lookout for my Halloween Horror Nights survival guide. I'm going to try to get that out as soon as possible. So if you have questions about tickets and how to navigate the event and all that kind of fun stuff, I cover a lot of that in the video. But yeah, there you have it. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos from Universal Studios Hollywood or some of your other favorite theme parks, well, you should consider subscribing because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. And also, if you want to follow me on X and Instagram, you should follow the links down below in the description because you'll find those there, as well as the link to my second channel. Until the next video, though, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is, and I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.